Hi, good day, everyone. Welcome to SILKWAY School-LYCEUM virtual lessons. So this is your practical English lesson with me, Sir Murphy. So the lesson objectives of our lesson for today are the following. The first one is for you students to be familiarized with the terminologies being used to address reports about coronavirus disease 2019, also known as COVID-19. The next one, to widen and enhance your vocabulary knowledge and use these words in understanding and making statements. So maybe a lot of you are asking at the moment why I have decided to do this slides or lessons for you. So this slide is about the top 15 vocabulary words about COVID-19. So I want you guys to be aware of the vocabulary words that you encounter from the reports coming from the World Health Organization and from the news that you read online and of course that you watch on televisions. So let's begin. So first in our list is the word virus. So the meaning of the word virus is a living thing too small to be seen without a microscope that causes disease in people, animals, and plants. So virus is a noun, and we know that nouns in sentences are functioning as the subject of a sentence or the doer of the action, or it can also serve as an object in a sentence or the receiver of the action. So now let's try to use the word virus in sentences. So for our first sentence, we have the virus made the lives of people more difficult. So in this sentence example, we use the word virus as the subject of the sentence. Next, Reno got the virus from her friends at school. And also, there is no specific medicine to treat the virus. So in these two succeeding sentences, we used virus as the object of the sentence. Next. So for our next word, we have the word wildlife. So what do we mean by the word wildlife? So these are animals, birds, insects, etc. that are wild and live in a natural environment. So like the first word, wildlife is also a noun. So again, when we say noun, it can be used as a subject or an object of the sentence. So we have here, coronavirus put the spotlight on illegal wildlife trade. Next, wildlife must be protected. And last, some markets are selling illegal wildlife. So for our third word, we have the word transmit. So transmit means to pass something from one person to another. So as you can see, we have here the word to pass, which is an action word. So it means that transmit is a verb. So when we say verb, it is the action being acted, okay, in a sentence. So for example, some parents can unwittingly transmit coronavirus to their kids. We also have the virus can be transmitted easily. Let's move on to the next word. We have the word symptom. So when we say symptom, this is a change in your body or mind that shows that you are not healthy. So as you can see from the images, high temperature, Coughing, shortness of breath, and sore throat are some of the early symptoms of coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19. So having a sore throat is one of the symptoms of COVID-19. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor. Let's move on. The next word that we have is vaccine. So vaccine means a substance that is put into the blood and that protects the body from a disease. Sentence examples: coronavirus has no vaccine yet, and it takes a number of years for a new vaccine to be developed. So that is the word vaccine. The next one, we have the word airborne. So when we say airborne, it is in the air or carried through the air. So when we say adjective, so as you can see, airborne is an adjective. So when we say adjective, it functions as a word modifier. So what do we mean by a modifier? When we say modifier, it is a word or group of words that describes a noun. So let us use airborne in sentences. Evidences are not yet enough to consider coronavirus as an airborne disease. Next, airborne diseases spread as fast as lightning. So that is airborne. The next word that we have, mortality. Mortality means the state of being human and not living forever, or the number of deaths in a particular situation or period of time. Sentence examples: the mortality rate of COVID-19 is rising all over the globe. There are numerous venomous serpents, but the mortality from snake bite is low. So again, that word is mortality. Next, we have the word pandemic. So when we say pandemic, it means a disease that spreads over a whole country or the whole world. So pandemic is a noun. Let's use it in sentences. World Health Organization declared COVID-19 as a global pandemic. Everyone is hoping that the pandemic will end soon. So that word is pandemic. Next, we have syndrome. When we say syndrome, it means a set of physical conditions that show you have a particular disease or medical problem. So syndrome is a noun. Let's use it in a sentence. COVID-19 is classified as a respiratory syndrome. Another sentence: March 21 is World Down Syndrome Day. So that word is syndrome. Next, we have the word pneumonia. When we say pneumonia, a serious illness affecting one or both lungs that makes breathing difficult. So pneumonia is a noun. Let's use it in sentences. People can develop severe illness from COVID-19 involving pneumonia. Next, fever, sweating, and shaking chills are some of the symptoms of pneumonia. So again, the word is pneumonia. So next in line is the word contagious. Contagious means a contagious disease spreads by close contact between people. Contagious is an adjective. Again, it functions as a word modifier. A contagious disease like COVID-19 is an invisible killer. So in this example, the word contagious modify the word disease. Next example, her fever is highly contagious. So that word is contagious. Next, we have the word asymptomatic. Yes, you heard it right. We don't pronounce it as asymptomatic. We pronounce it as asymptomatic. Okay, so what does it mean? Of a person or illness having no symptoms. So let's use asymptomatic in sentences. By the way, asymptomatic is an adjective, so it will function as a word modifier. Some of COVID-19 patients are asymptomatic. Asymptomatic carriers are contributing to the rapid spread of the virus worldwide. So again, that word is asymptomatic. Next, we have the word quarantine. When we say quarantine, it means a period of time when an animal or a person that has or may have a disease is kept away from others in order to prevent the disease from spreading. So quarantine is a noun. Let's use it in sentences. The hospital put some patients into quarantine. Quarantine is also one of the best ways to prevent the virus from spreading. So again, that word is quarantine. Next, we have the word social distancing. Social distancing is a noun, which means the practice of maintaining a greater than usual physical distance or of avoiding direct contact with people or objects in public places during the outbreak of a contagious disease. So let's use the word social distancing in sentences. Number one, social distancing is a measure to prevent the spread of coronavirus. And the next one, the consumers are observing social distancing in the supermarket. Again, that word is social distancing. Next, personal protective equipment or PPE. PPE is considered as a noun, which means it consists of garments placed to protect the healthcare workers or any other persons to get infected. So as you can see in those photos, those are the examples of PPE or personal protective equipment. So let's use PPE in sentences. World Health Organization said that there is a shortage of personal protective equipment all over the world due to its high demand. Next, health workers are wearing personal protective equipment to protect themselves from the virus. So, thank you very much for listening to our lesson for today. And those are the words that are related to coronavirus or COVID-19. So, I hope that you've learned something from our lesson for today. And we would like to give credits to our resources. So, we have Merriam-Webster Dictionary, Oxford Dictionary of English, World Health Organization, and audio library music for content creators. So please like our videos, write your comments, and please do subscribe and ring the bell button. Thank you very much once again. This is Sir Murphy, your practical English teacher. Have a nice day, everyone.